Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Universal Soul Vibrations. This is going to be the weekly messages for water signs for the week of April 8th to the 14th. Please remember these are general messages and may not resonate with everyone. If you like the channel and like the messages, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Let's get started with pulling a overall energy card for water signs for the week of April 8th to the 14th from the Enchanted Map deck. As I'm shuffling, I'm kind of feeling like water signs aren't too comfortable in the Aries energy that's here right now. Aries energy, I think, is a little bit too fiery for them. And I think it just causes some confusion for the water signs, but don't worry, we will be moving out of that shown into the nice, peaceful Taurus energy, which is mine. The balance, balancing energy, stability. Okay, so the card that came up for you guys is Follow the Leader. So, in this card we see a path and there's a bunch of birdies around. They're kind of following this path. And they're walking towards the tree that has a clock on it. So something about time. Like feeling like, not like time is running out, but there's just not enough time to do everything you want to do. Like you don't feel like you've accomplished enough in your lifetime this week. That's what I'm kind of feeling like. But the message of the Follow the Leader card is every life is a teaching tool for others. Your authenticity and honesty are an example to those around you. So, it talks about you being authentic and being an example for others. Just from the everyday life teachings that you've had. You're being called to lead others by example. Your wisdom has been earned as a result of your bravery in the adventure of your life. The experiences of battles won and lost, places discovered, tears shed, and joy revealed have placed you in a unique position to be of service to others. Your suffering has been crystallized into a talisman of wisdom. Now you must share it. By being fully authentic, you'll lead others into the light. You'll be required to divulge some things about your past so that you may help someone else. Lead with love. There is another message here as well. Look to those whose great character and accomplishments you admire. Emulate the leaders you respect. You will then in turn have more to offer. So, this card is saying that you have a lot to offer others through the life lessons that you've had in life. The good ones, the bad ones, the ones that have kind of left you feeling battered and bruised. And it's time for you to share those with others and lead with those. But also remember the character of people that you admired and try to emulate those leaders in your life this week. Alrighty, we're going to pull one card for the beginning of the week, one card for the middle of the week, and one card from the weekend. And I chose the Moon of the Oracle, the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck because it's a new moon tonight. So let's see what we got for water signs. Patience. Messages for water signs for the middle of the week of April 8th, 14th. Action. What a beautiful action card that is. And for the weekend, for water signs, for the weekend of April 8th to the 14th, we got trust. And you know, the funny thing about the trust card is it has almost the same birds in it that the follow the leader card does. So I don't know, maybe you're seeing lots of birds around this week. So pay attention to the birdies that you see this week. But let's start with the beginning of the week. We got the patience card. And Earth signs got this card as well for the weekend for them. And the patience card, when I look at this card, you know, the woman is standing there holding her balloon and she's looking out. To me, that looks like a wormhole, almost like a time, like if you went through there, you could cross multiple dimensions. And she's admiring, you know, just enjoying the view. She hasn't taken any steps towards it. She's just kind of standing there looking at it and basking in its beauty. And the message of the patience card, number 36. This is called the Green Corn Moon, and the message is, I take my time to enjoy the journey. So you're being asked to enjoy the journey of life this week. And part of that enjoyment is sharing your knowledge and, you know, your vulnerabilities and everything that you've been through with others. Enjoy the journey, not just the destination. The time has come to learn patience and avoid the lure of instant gratification. Slow down, take your time. Things are happening, you just can't see it yet. Be loving and patient with your body. And I think that's where I was drawn to the clock in the original Follow the Leader card, the clock on the tree. And I said, you know, I'm feeling like you just feel like you just don't have enough time. This card is saying you do. Just take your time, slow down, and just take everything in and enjoy every step that you're taking. Patience is a kind of faith in foreseeing. We might see the seed, but we foresee the flower. So you see the seed, but you're not really seeing the flower that's coming. We might see the books on the table, but we foresee the degree at the end if we read them. If we think physically, we might feel the pain of a hard workout, but foresee and have faith in the muscle and fitness levels we will build. Patience is a way of experiencing the process of fruition. So, you know, by having patience, that's how we see our manifestations. For some of us, we choose what is quick and easy. We may choose activities we know we will be good at. These require no big process, no great challenge over time, and so no great achievement. Even if we are good at them, more difficult is a kind of patience and mastery where the skills or learning take time to accrue. And this is where the beauty of patience is born. When we truly realize the power of patience, we understand the power of gaining something incredibly deep and embedded rather than the quick hit of instant gratification. There is great power in going slow. There is also the lifelong benefit of the power of trusting that you can hold a focus for a time for something big. For some of us, learning a physical skill enables us to fall in love with our bodies again, seeing it change and try over and over. We recognize its magnificence in all its weirdness, wonkiness, strength, weakness, and inherent wisdom. We get to feel the process and the miracle. And if our body doesn't quite get it, and we run out of patience, well, nasty self-talk is the last thing I would throw at it. After all, my body is not my enemy. Instead, I throw compassion and trust at it. The compassion that it is doing its best right now, and the trust that if it will get me to where I want to go, even if that is eventually. I've learned to be patient. The green corn moon encourages us to watch for growth and enjoy patiently the journey of growth. While we may not yet be at fruition, we are on the way. So you are making progress, okay? This is basically what this card is saying. Even though you may not feel like it, and I'm definitely feeling like a lot of you don't feel like you're making progress because, you know, the final result isn't coming quick enough, but you are making progress. And this card is saying just have patience and appreciate each step by step as you go along. rather than wanting the progress to be instant. Because lots of times the stuff that is instant gratification, obviously it's instant, so it doesn't really last very long. But when we take our steps and enjoy each step that we're taking and learn from each step that we're taking, it's something that we carry with us for, a long time. So, just enjoy each step and have patience along the way this week, water signs. The next card that came up is the action card. And as you can see, you've got a beautiful dancer in this card. She just looks like she's thoroughly enjoying life, and she's moving towards, something. And the message of the action card is, I am responsive and ready to take action. So it looks like in the middle of the week, you're going to have to take action on something. The time has come to take action. Let go of your paralysis. Let go of your burdens step by step. Sometimes we are afraid to move forward. This is natural. Change can be difficult, and if we have been hurt or have failed before, we are anxious about what may happen if we instigate change. Maybe we think it's easier and safer to just tread some water for a while. Instead of taking joyful action toward the things we truly desire, such as the writing of a book, undertaking study, accepting a new job, or seeking a better relationship, we balk, we freeze. We do not take the steps we could, and so we remain stagnant, we don't grow. This moon phase encourages us to embrace action. Action is part of our humility. We are not made to hide and refuse to blossom. Okay, so this card is telling me, and the message that's coming through with this is that, you're kind of hesitating about making a change or moving towards something. You're kind of stuck. You're just kind of stuck in one spot, and you're kind of not wanting to take movement forward to grow more because you're afraid. And I think you are losing patience with yourself, and that's part of the problem. So, in order to take the action, we've got to move out of this place of fear and be more forgiving of ourselves, and have the patience with ourselves so that we can move towards those steps and take that action, to become, to grow more and to blossom more. Okay, and the next card for the weekend that came up with the birdies and the duckies and stuff is the trust card. And if you look, I know it's going to be hard to see this on the camera, but the mother is on top of the nest. There's a bubble here protecting the person. So there's a message of protection in this card. She's guarding over the person. And then here's the other duck here. But the person's got a bubble around her. So let's see what we got here. And what I'm hearing, the message I'm hearing with this is you need to trust the process, okay? Okay, and this is called the Egg Moon. And the message of this card, it is the beginning, and I trust myself in all things, okay? It's the beginning. You need to take that first step and trust the process. Trust yourself, develop self-trust, and joy will follow. You can rely on your own capabilities. Begin to plan carefully for the future. And the message that, I feel with this card is that your intuition is going to be pretty high this week, so listen to what it's telling you. Apart from the trust we might develop spiritually with our higher power, self-trust is the basis of all other trusts. Self-trust is a survey that we can rely upon ourselves, that our decisions are valid, that we ourselves matter, that knowing ourselves combined with trusting ourselves leads to better, more informed decisions about all aspects of our life, including career and relationships. Self-trust is far more than a flashy show of confidence. It is deeper and farther reaching than that. It is security at the very core, that no matter what, our wisdom matters and it is best. It allows for flow and for faith in oneself and the way you do things, moving and choosing in the world. Self-trust is a full acceptance of self. As accepting oneself becomes easier, the self-trust will begin to shine. This gives great momentum to anything we choose to tackle or do. Our ancestors saw spring, the great thawing, as a new beginning, and we've just entered the spring season. They would walk the marshes and plains and find newly laid eggs. More than just a symbol of fertility and new hope, the eggs meant that the worst of the cold was over and that new life really was here. The egg moon was a time of celebration and rejoicing. Okay, so if you trust in yourself, you know that new beginning is going to emerge, but you have to believe in yourself and trust yourself that you can do this. You can take the action. You can meet change with anticipation and acceptance, and know that you're going in the right path. Okay, so there may be some change coming in for you this week as well with this card, but with change we have to have that self-trust within ourselves. Alrighty, let's see what we have from the spread. I think you guys just really want to get out of this Aries energy, to be honest. I'm going to just shuffle a little bit and then I'll cut the deck. And if anything falls out, we'll keep that card. Alright, let's cut. Okay, so we have the King of Cups. And there you are. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Ace of Cups. Well, there's lots of cups, water, energy going on in this first row. Okay, so the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups can represent a type of new beginning, an offer coming forward. It could be an apology. But with this Page of Cups card, because of the way she's represented, standing there with the cup and the wave getting ready to wash over her, I really see this card as a very healing energy that's coming towards you. But it looks like there is some type of offer. Sometimes this is an offer of love. But it just could be that self-love, because we talked about self-trust with the trust card. And pages are could also be messenger cards, but they're new beginnings. It's the start of a new journey. And I think it's going to be a start of a new journey of healing for you this week, water signs. Then we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is also your energy. But, it's the mature energy of the cups. The King of Cups, he, very intuitive. The Cups cards, all those court cards, they're very, very intuitive, folks. But he's confident. He's he's got his emotions. He knows how to handle his emotions, the King of Cups does. But I think the biggest message of this King of Cups card, I just, with these three cards up top with the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups represents, it could be, a new beginning in love as well. But I really think a lot of this is about the self-nurturing, the self-love, trusting your intuition, spiritual healing. So we've just got a lot of healing and self-love energy happening in this first row. It's the start of it for you water signs this week. But I just wanted to, sorry, hang on one second. Yeah, the King of Cups, I just wanted to look one thing up to make sure I was right. The King of Cups talks about looking within, okay? That's where your answers are going to come from. They're going to come from looking within. And with the Ace of Cups here, I see that more as finding a way for you to fill your own cup, and self-fulfillment. Because once you're able to do that, then you can offer out to others. Oh, we got the Lovers. So there definitely may be some love coming in for you this week, water signs. And we got the Queen of Swords in the middle. Now, the Queen of Swords, she's a tough kind of character. She doesn't, you know, if you look at her in this card, she's got her hand extended welcoming you in, but she's holding that sword mighty high, saying, I'll welcome you in, but don't cross me because I'll chop your head off, basically. You know, she doesn't hold things back. And I think that's the message of this card for you guys, is that, you know, it's time for you to stop holding things back, and to try something new, because something's not working for you. And she definitely trusts her head over her heart. And she also asks you to follow your intuition. But she's also very independent. And she will stand up for herself. Like I said, she's got her hand extended saying, come on in, I welcome you in, but don't cross me because I got my sword right here in this other hand, okay? And then we got the Lovers card on the other side of this. And the Lovers card is, you know, about a very spiritual union. It's divinely guided. But I also see the Lovers card as healing as well. So I'm just feeling that with the Lovers card for you guys, you know, another message of healing is coming in for you. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. You got another Page card. So there's another new beginning coming in. The Page of Pentacles, though, she's, you know, she's the student. She's gains wisdom. So I feel, you know, by trusting your intuition this week and looking from within and learning how to fill up your own cup, you're going to gain a lot of wisdom this week, a lot of knowledge. But you're still not quite trusting of people, of others around you. So you're kind of saying, okay, come in, but I'm ready to be on the, you know, defense here. And then we got the Hangman. It's another, you know, another card of gaining a new perspective. Okay, so we got the Five of the Wands in the middle here, and the Five of Wands is about conflict. And, you know, this for you guys, I feel, is there's some type of inner conflict going on within you. And you're just not quite sure what way to go, so you're hanging here in limbo, trying to figure it out, trying to gain a different perspective, trying to figure out which way you want to go. But the King of Wands, you know, he's all about that passion. He's about taking that lead. He's the I can do it all guy, you know, and he can be very faithful and very dependable. But I think the biggest message of the King of Wands, because the Wands card is about, you know, our passions, is finding your passion in life again. you're just very conflicted. You just really don't know which way to go at this point. So the King of Wands is saying, instead of hanging here in limbo and just doing nothing, and you know, inaction is action as well. It's a type of action. You're not taking any action, and the King of Wands is asking you to take some action. Because if you do take this action, it's going to bring you out of this conflicted place. Yeah, and then we got the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, and that's your card, Cancer. That's for Cancers. And the Chariot's all about forward movement. It's time for you to get out of this state of limbo. You know, you've been hanging there long enough, and I think you've had the time to, you know, gain some knowledge. You've gained it up here with the Page of Pentacles. You know, you're looking within with the King of Cups. And it's time for you to take some action and take some movement forward. And it may, you know, it may require you to juggle multiple things. You know, the Two of Pentacles is all about the juggling act, balancing, finding the balance. You need to find the balance. And once again, you've got the High Priestess going within, trusting your intuition. You know, she knows, the High Priestess knows, and you know, but you're allowing yourself to be very conflicted, which is the conflict that you're feeling from within is causing you just not to take any action at all. And this week you're being asked to trust your intuition, and you got the action card over here. Takes that action, takes some movement forward, find the balance with this conflict, and you know, listen to what your senses, what you're being told from within this week. And at the top of the deck, you know, we've got the Queen of Cups. You know, we got the King and Queen here. You know, they're a match, that King and Queen. So it's time to come out of this inner conflict this week, water signs. Time to get out of this state of stagnation and hanging in limbo. And just time to, I want to say, forgive yourself and allow yourself inner healing, so that you can take these steps forward. All right, let's see what we got for each sign. We'll start with Cancer. Let me just get all the cards back. But try not to be too much of this Queen of Swords. I mean, sometimes we have to have that energy and put people in their place. But it's almost like you want to stay on the defense. Remember what the Follow the Leader card said. It said, you know, all that knowledge that you've gained, it's time to share it with others. All right, let's see what the cards say for water signs. I mean, for Cancer. I'm sorry. Okay. What's ahead for Cancer? What's ahead for Cancer for the week of April 8th to the 14th? Okay, we got the Five of Pentacles. High Priestess, trust that intuition again. So with the Five of Pentacles, you've felt some type of loss, feeling like you've been put out in the cold. You see the tree and the snowy, it has no leaves on it. It does have some pentacles on it though. But there's just, you know, loss, feeling alone. And, you know, the High Priestess next to that, she's asking you to go within and figure out why you feel this way. And trust what your gut is telling you, okay? And then the Eight of Wands. So it looks like you may have some communication coming in. Eight of Wands can represent communication coming in this week. Fast-moving communication. It may be in regards to this loss you're feeling. But whatever this communication is, it's going to bring you happiness. The sun is all about, you know, the wishes fulfilled, finding our happiness. You know, just finding the way we want to go. So I think whatever this communication is, you know, in Wands, it's that, I think the Eight of Wands in this card, to me, represents an aha moment for you guys, Cancer, this week. I think you're going to either receive messages intuitively or from another that's going to clarify something for you. And they're going to come in fast. And it's going to move you out of this place of feeling like you've been put out in the cold. And move you to a happier place, Cancer. Alrighty, let's see what's ahead for Pisces. But, Cancer, you got to take that action, and you've got to trust yourself. And I think, you know, that was part of the High Priestess in there, too. Trust yourself. Trust your inner knowing. All right, what is the message for Pisces for the week of April 8th to the 14th? Five of Cups. So maybe you were feeling some loss, some despair. But don't fret. There's still, you know, some two standing cups there. But it looks like you were busy focusing on, you know, this is the Don't Cry Over Spilt Milk card. You were too busy focusing on the cups that weren't working. You were too busy focusing on what wasn't working for you. But you didn't see the things. Healing, an offer coming in, maybe an apology coming in for you. And this was in the original spread as well, Pisces. I think this is going to be an apology. There was something that didn't work out with, you know, maybe an argument or something that occurred with someone. It kind of left you in a state of despair. But there's going to be an apology coming this week in. Maybe an apology coming in. And the Magician is here to say, you know, what I'm getting with the Magician card with these cards is that it's up to you whether you want to take the apology or not. I know that's a weird message to get with that card, but that's what I got, Pisces. I got that someone's going to come in and offer an apology for whatever happened here. But, you know, it's up to you whether you want to accept that apology. But the warning that I'm hearing is if you choose not to accept the apology, at least within yourself, you have to find forgiveness and move on. Because if you don't, you're going to kind of get stuck in some feelings that you don't want to be in. So with him, I'm sensing that you're going to have to be willing to be able to manifest the forgiveness if you're unwilling to accept the person's apology this week. All right, and who do we got next? Scorpio. messages for Scorpio for the week of April 8th to the 14th. Strength. Calm the inner beast there. Look at how calm the lion is in that card. Let's see where you might find your strength this week, Scorpio. And the Queen of Pentacles, which tells me that you're going to find some strength this week in something that's very grounded, but you're going to find strength in nurturing yourself. The Queen of Pentacles, you know, they're the Mother Earth card. They're the nurturer, but I think what needs to be done here so that you can go through that process of healing that we talked about in the beginning is you need to be able to nurture yourself some this week. And that's going to give you your strength. And also you're going to find strength from, you know, your friends, your family. So make sure you spend some time with friends and family this week. So for Scorpio, I think this is going to be a week of you finding your strength from within yourself and from, you know, from your tribe. Okay, those are the messages for water signs. Have a great week.